This is the VOA Special English Development Report. The World Bank has just rated countries on how friendly they are to business. And the biggest news was the progress in Africa. 2 African countries, Ghana and Tanzania, are listed this year among the top 10 in business reforms. For the last 2 years, the World Bank found that Africa had the least progress in reforms in studies of 10 business-related areas. The international lender says African countries still have the most complex business rules, but it finds that Africa is making progress at a rate faster than Asia, Latin America, and the Middle East. The report is from the World Bank and the International Finance Corporation, the private financing agency of the World Bank Group. This is the 4th year of reports called Doing Business. The new one is called Doing Business 2007, How to Reform. It says the top 5 reformers in order are Georgia, Romania, Mexico, China, and Peru. France is next, followed by Croatia, Guatemala, Ghana, and Tanzania. Efforts to reduce the time, cost, and trouble of legal and administrative requirements can mean greater economic activity. Business reforms are important, especially to developing economies. For example, until recently, it took more than 1 year to receive property ownership documents in Ivory Coast. Now the process takes about 1 month. The government no longer requires a single minister to deal with all requests to register property. In China, the government has established a system of credit records to help people get personal loans. Now, 340 million Chinese have credit histories. Mexico was praised for increasing protections for investors. And in El Salvador, business reforms cut the time needed to start a business from more than 100 days to just 26 days. Some nations, however, increased barriers to doing business. The World Bank says these include Bolivia, Eritrea, Hungary, East Timor, Uzbekistan, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. It says these nations made it more difficult to do things like get credit, register property, or move goods across borders. The report rates 175 economies on the ease of doing business. The top 5 in order are Singapore, New Zealand, the United States, Canada, and Hong Kong. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report, written by Mario Ritter. I'm Steve Ember.